Good day, you're watching Leadership TV News. Here are the news headlines. Baba-Ahmed urges Tinubu to address Nigerians over Trump's military threat. MURIC slams US over comments on Shari'ah northern governors. Man detained after grabbing Mexican president's breast, attempting to kiss her. And on entertainment, Regina celebrates parents' reunion amid tension with husband Ned Umoko. Thanks for joining us. I am Cynthia Onwado. Here is the news in detail. Former presidential advisor Dr. Hakim Baba-Ahmed has called on President Bola Tinubu to speak directly to Nigerians following threats by U.S. President Donald Trump to cut aid and possibly deploy troops to Nigeria over alleged killings of Christians. In a post on Thursday, Baba-Ahmed expressed concern over what he described as Tinubu's troubling silence, saying the issue was too serious for aides or ministers to address. According to him, if President Tinubu truly understands the weight of his office, he should have spoken to Nigerians by now. Our silence makes us appear weak and without direction. He also cautioned Tinubu against traveling to the United States to meet Trump, calling it ill-advised and damaging to Nigeria's image. Baba-Ahmed further urged the president to act swiftly on foreign appointments, noting that many Nigerian embassies remain without ambassadors. Donald Trump had recently threatened to take military action against Nigeria over what he described as genocide against Christians, a claim the federal government has dismissed as false and misleading. Still in the news, the Muslim rights concern MURIC has strongly criticized the United States over calls to abolish Sharia law in Nigeria and threatened to sanction 12 northern governors. In a statement, MURIC's executive director, Professor Ishaq Akintola, described the position of the U.S. government as unguarded, undemocratic, and inflammatory. He accused American lawmakers of attempting to impose Western values on Nigerian Muslims, saying the negative comments about the Islamic legal system coming from the U.S. are, at best, unguarded, undemocratic, and demagogic. Akintola explained that Sharia was introduced legally through the House of Assembly in the affected areas, or rather in the affected states, following due legislative process and reflecting the will of the Muslim majority. He warned that any attempt by a foreign power to interfere would amount to a violation of Nigeria's sovereignty and international law. MURIC also condemned the reported threats against northern governors, stressing that they were democratically elected and accountable to their citizens, not to foreign governments. The group urged the U.S. lawmakers to respect Nigeria's democracy and leave northern lawmakers alone, insisting that Sharia remains the free choice and legal right of Nigerian Muslims. Meanwhile, a man has been arrested in Mexico City after allegedly groping and attempting to kiss President Claudia Sheinbaum during a public event near the National Palace. Footage from the incident shows the man approaching Sheinbaum from behind as she greeted supporters on Tuesday. He appeared to touch her inappropriately and tried to kiss her on the neck before security officials intervened. The president quickly moved away, visibly shaken. Speaking at a press conference on Wednesday, Sheinbaum confirmed she would press charges, saying, "If I don't file a complaint, what will happen to other Mexican women? If they do this to the president, what will happen to all women in our country?" She described the assault as part of a wilder culture of harassment faced by women in Mexico, adding that the suspect had reportedly harassed other women in the crowd. "A line must be drawn," she said. And also, women rights groups have condemned the attack, calling it a stark reminder of the deep-rooted machismo in Mexican society. Despite Sheinbaum's pledge to tackle gender-based violence, femicide remains a major concern, with an estimated 98% of such crimes going unpunished. The incident comes amid renewed concerns over the safety of public officials following the recent murder of Carlo Manzo, the mayor of Urapan. President Sheinbaum, however, has vowed to continue her policy of close public engagement despite the risk. 5 internet fraudsters, including a forex trader, have been convicted by the Ilorin Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) for offences related to cybercrime and impersonation. The convicts, Suleiman Kayode, Rufai Ayomide, Ishaq Olamilekon, Olayemi Olasunkanmi and Ahmed Samuel were sentenced by Justices Suleiman Akambi and Mahmoud Abdul Ghaffar of the Kwara State High Court after being found guilty of separate charges bordering on impersonation and retention of proceeds of unlawful activities. According to the EFCC, the fraudsters created fake Facebook profiles posing as American citizens to defraud unsuspecting victims. The agency, represented by Andrew Akoja, Muhammad Ridwan, and Omolade Ajibola, tendered their confessional statements, gadgets, and sums of money recovered as evidence in court. Justice Akombi sentenced Suleiman to 4 months imprisonment without an option of fine, ordering the forfeiture of his iPhone 16 and $300. Rufai got 2 months on each of 3 counts to run concurrently with his iPhone 7, $25 and $347,000 forfeited, while Ishak backed 1 year on an option of 200,000 naira fine, forfeiting his Infinix Hot 401, or rather I, and $306. Moving on in the news, Nollywood actress Regina Daniels has announced a reunion of her estranged parents who she said came together to support her during a difficult period and to secure the release of her detained brother, Sammy West. Daniels shared the emotional moment on social media, posting photos of her parents embracing a development that comes amid growing tensions between the actress and her husband, billionaire politician Senator Ned Nwoko. In her Thursday Facebook post, the actress wrote, "Two concluded sworn enemies reuniting with no negative ulterior motive other than their daughter's happiness, and I there question God for putting me in this situation." She added that her parents were currently in Abuja working to resolve the issue surrounding her brother's detention. Expressing her frustrations, she said, "Sammy's detainment is taking way too long, but we will get him out if I have to march them myself and create a storm since they want me." Daniels also spoke fondly of her parents' resilience, personalities, and love. Finally, now on sports news, the world's football governing body, FIFA, will introduce its first ever FIFA Peace Prize at the 2026 World Cup draw next month, a new global honor created to recognize individuals who use football as a tool to foster peace and unity. FIFA announced the creation of the award, officially titled the FIFA Peace Prize. Football unites the world, saying it will reward individuals who have taken exceptional and extraordinary actions for peace. The inaugural presentation will take place during the World Cup draw on December 5th at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. The event will also mark a major milestone for the sport, setting the stage for the first 48-team World Cup jointly hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico in 2026. The announcement also came against a politically charged backdrop. During a previous meeting at the White House, Infantino had told U.S. President Donald Trump, "We are uniting the world, Mr. President, uniting the world here in America." Trump, who has reportedly been lobbying for the Nobel Peace Prize, recently criticized the Nobel Committee after it awarded this year's prize to another recipient. The 2026 FIFA World Cup will run from July 11th to July 19th, featuring a record-breaking 104 matches across 16 host cities, a tournament FIFA says will be the most inclusive and unifying in football history. That's all the news we have for you on Leadership TV. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website, www.leadership.ng. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 08036886158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.